Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Twinkle.
Am I audible now, right?
Yes, you are audible. So can we start?
Yes, sir.
Have you prepared the basics of the commerce and accountancy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So your profile mentions about the banking reforms.
Yes, sir.
Uh, can you list down the most important banking reforms in the last few years?
Okay, sir. So in the last few years, there have been various measures that have been taken place. First of all, the capital strengthening of the banking sector that have been taken through recapitalization, as well as other kind of capital infusion in the banks. Secondly, sir, there have been consolidations in the form of mergers that have taken place. Thirdly, sir, the asset quality review have been there to enhance the check over the viability of the deposits and the debts that they are taking over. And fourthly, sir, there have been certain measures to reduce the risk capacity of the banks. For example, the prompt corrective actions have been started, and this have been extended even to the NBFCs also. And beyond that, there have been disclosure of the informations through biannual report of RBI in the form of financial stability reform. And also, there have been more measures towards digitalization and the cybersecurity have been taken place. And yet, the reforms are also in line in future also.
Okay. Recently, there is some demand by the banking employees for the 5 days work week.
Uh,
Are you aware about this demand?
no, sir.
Okay. What are the pending reforms in the banking sector?
Sir, the pending reform with respect to the banking sector is basically with respect to the strengthening of the banking net worth and the capital structure so that they can lend the large developmental projects and the large corporate withdrawings also. And further, there need certain more calibration with respect to the cyber security and just the rising cases of the cyber frauds that needs further consideration.
How is the AI going to impact the banking sector?
Sir, the impact of AI would be on the two aspect with respect to the impact. It will definitely have a positive impact with respect to the risk assessment, with respect to borrowing and lending, and further also having the data management and the data analysis will be strengthened in the banking sector. It will further reduce the dependency over the people for particularly the humans over the management of the data and but the negative impact is on the other side that it will create uh, more of the unemployment in the banking sector as many of the jobs will get automated and that will impact the employment awareness for the people. However, the growth prospects are more because of the replacement employment that it will going to generate.
Okay. So you talked about the replacement employment that it is going to generate. In the replacement employment, there are two kinds of jobs which will be there: data cleaning and data labeling. So what are
Yes.
these? What is the meaning of data cleaning and data labeling?
Sir, as per the understanding, data cleaning and data labeling, for particularly the data cleaning is removal of the data which is not worthy of it and to scrutinize whether it is correct or not. However, the data labeling is associating the particular data with a particular person or the entity or the office so that it can be better tracked down.
Okay, very good. So you are a graduate in commerce
Yes, sir.
and postgraduate also. How the knowledge of commerce will help you in the administration?
Sir, with respect to the commerce, it is a diverse field which gives a person understanding in various domains of management. Firstly, it's focusing upon the finance, which is the major oil to sustain any department, administration, or any unit. So having a financial management, particularly enhancement through the audit mechanism, risk perception management, as well as the prospect management of the investment will further help in generating the huge resources and development aspect in the administrative unit. Secondly, sir, the behavioral management as well as the organizational focusing upon utilizing the human resources towards the desired goal that will also help me in using my commerce knowledge in the field. For example, motivating my employees to perform better in their work so that they can contribute to be a better productive assets. Thirdly, sir, in the rising global uncertainty and global challenges, the commerce will give me a platform where I can utilize the data as well as other prospect within the knowledge of the commerce to better mobilize it towards the good governance in the administration and overall civil services.
Okay. You can also include the costing and budgeting aspects.
Yes, sir.
Recently, IBC changes are being proposed.
Yes, sir.
Are you aware about these changes?
Sir, the IBC changes have been proposed, but the full details is yet to be published, and it is estimated that it will be published in budget.
Okay, fine. I have shared one news. It was in Economic Times today, so I just shared with you on the WhatsApp.
Okay,
Just go
sir.
through that.
Okay, sir.
What are the current problems of the IBC which we want to solve?
Okay, sir. So the current problem with IBC is regard to its narrow focus over the resolution and not focusing upon the reconstruction aspect, which is integral part of the IBC. And secondly, sir, the haircut that is there in the IBC, it is huge, which is reflecting the cost overrun as well as the asset value degradation. And sometimes it is also showcase the divergence of the asset value towards narrow interest by the officials or any other person who is responsible for the resolution process. And thirdly, sir, reducing the timeline, which we have also reduced from more than 4 years to less than 2 years, but it needs to be reduced down further so that we can have a ease of access, which is a major component of ease of doing business.
Okay. What is the role of National Financial Reporting Authority? We already have the ICAI, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, which is the regulator of the auditors and also issues the accounting standards. So, don't you think it is overlapping, and how this overlap should be seen?
Yes, sir. Sir, the ICAI, that is our Indian Chartered Account Institution, it is basically focusing upon the issuing the accounting principles and accounting standard that needs to be followed by all the firms. However, the NEFRA, that is the National Financial Reporting Authority, have been formulated to check upon the auditing standards and the management in the large firms so that any kind of discrepancies can be curtailed there, which has a huge economic impact in the form of the dilution of the trust in the Indian economy. So, to have more stringency, NEFRA has been introduced in 2018. However, both the rules have been demarcated. They are not overlapping as such because ICAI look after those firms which are not covered under the NEFRA, and NEFRA basically look after the large firms which is of vital economic importance.
Okay. Recently, there was some controversy between the ICAI and NAFRA regarding some auditing standard. Are you aware about that controversy?
No, sir.
Okay. Are you aware about the Tiger Global case, which is in news recently?
Yes, sir, I am aware.
Can you please explain?
So the Tiger Global case is dealing with the guard that is generally sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall the full form, related to the car and the DTA, double taxation avoidance agreement, and thereby the Tiger Global is a subsidiary of one of the enterprises, which is one of the enterprises which have been operating in the USA, and the Tiger Global have been operating in the Mauritius. However, the subsidiary does not have any kind of work with respect to the substantial work or business operations in the Mauritius. It is basically for the trading purposes. And there have been case that the Tiger Global have been sold to one other company, which is subsidiary of the Walmart. And this case reflects that the TDS aspect that the other institute, the Walmart subsidiary, have charged to the Tiger Global, which Tiger Global said that it is not right to be charged because they are under the DTA. However, Supreme Court stated that the double taxation avoidance agreements does not cover the GAR. And also the Tiger Global itself is a subsidiary which does not have any kind of business operation. It was basically formulated to buy the purchase share of Flipkart India, which had been operating in India, and thus the Tiger Global is liable to pay the TDS as well as the tax, which will be determined by the taxation authority after the due process.
Okay, very good. So what is the difference between the financial IRR and economic IRR?
Financial IRR
and economic IRR.
Okay, sir. Sir, IRR, internal rate of return, that you want to refer?
Yes.
Okay, sir. Sir, the financial IRR deals with the prospects of the revenue that a project can develop. That is basically concentrating upon the return that must be over the cost of the funds that a firm is raising. However, the economic IAR can be on the concentration of the outcome that it will going to generate rather than the output itself, in terms of not only the cost but also in the terms of effect that it is going to generate in the economy. So
can you give some example? Can you give some example where we can use economic IRR?
Yes, sir. Sir, like with respect to Swachh Bharat mission, we have the installments of various infrastructural projects also, but the large scale impact, it will going to have various externalities. For example, reduced health burden and out of pocket expenditure, realizing the cleanliness, which will further attract tourism also, and the waste management that will be facilitated through it, that will further going to generate certain kind of revenues, and overall a circular economy. So it is a broader aspect. However, in the financial IR, we just focus upon the profits.
Fine, very good. In India, the corporate bonds market are underdeveloped.
Yes, sir.
What are the reasons for this?
Sir, in India, the corporate bond markets are underdeveloped because of the India's growth in terms of the stock market exchanges. Particularly, if we see in the corporate bond sector, there have been instances that
Twinkle, just give me 30 seconds.
Okay, sir.
Yes, Twinkle.
Yes, sir.
Please continue. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, because of the people limited trust over the bond market, and people does not want to have investment there in particularly, and secondly, the underdevelopment of the secondary market of the bond market is other factor. So these are the major factors that is constraining the corporate bond market growth. However, it is right.
Risk averse investors, are you saying? Risk averse investors? And
yes,
second
sir.
is?
Second is limited secondary market development. In terms
why secondary market is limited?
Sorry, sir.
Are you aware about the concept of reverse flipping?
Sir, I have heard, but I'm not able to recall.
Okay. Can you please tell me some major changes introduced by the IR code with respect to the trade unions and industrial disputes?
Okay, sir. So the Industrial Relation Code, with respect to the trade union, have formulated the recognition of trade union, the majority trade union, who will facilitate the negotiation process in terms of resolution of disputes, to be having holding more than 51% of the member, or in case no one is holding more than 51% of the membership, then there would be segregated consolidated trade union that will be formed based upon the 10% and more allocation of the seats. And this will give a opportunity for the recognition which has not yet been majorly utilized by the corporate sector to recognize trade union per se. So this will be the one aspect, and other aspect also that the industrial relation code facilitates recognition of other workers also. For example, the gig workers, fixed term employment workers. So it created an opportunity for the employees also to have a diverse background also, and the recognition will facilitate certain kind of good relation management also.
And with respect to industrial disputes, what are the changes?
Sorry, sir, exactly I don't know, but the focus is upon the conciliation, arbitration, and mediation is there.
Yeah, actually, that is the point, right point.
Yes, sir.
Can you please tell me the latest HR policies of the Government of India?
Okay, sir. Sir, the broadly HR policy of the Government of India is based upon rising the efficiency right now through having lateral entries and ad hoc entries rather than giving a permanent job security, which is reflected in India's government job sector, that people become lethargic and they do not perform up to their mark. So the government is enhancing the ad hoc vacancy right now.
Do you think government is going away from its model employer role when it is creating the ad hoc vacancies?
Sir, I don't think so that government is moving towards the model employer role,
No,
because
moving away from the model employer role. Yeah.
sir, it is strengthening the government instance of being a model employer role, because the efficiency that will be enhanced in the government sector will produce a human resources that will be viable even in the private sector also. For instance, after retirement, a person can join the think tank based upon their experiences, because they would have a vast knowledge and vast experience in the public field also. And this have been seen in various instances where the
Okay,
high
wait.
officials.
So can you please explain the ad hoc employment which you're talking about? Which ad hoc employment are you talking about?
Yes, sir. So, like in colleges, if we see the professors that were previously recruited for a lifetime job security, however, in the ad hoc employment opportunities, the people are given a certain period of contract that they can perform their job. For example, a professor can perform for a 5 year of a contract period in a particular colleges. So that is creating the a kind of accountability for the professor also to perform good, so that in other government college, if they want to have the opportunity to teach, they will perform a better, and they will get a better certificate also of the
So are you
performance.
saying the job security reduces the efficiency?
uh, Sir, per se, it create like more comfort zone in terms of the lower level of the
Then
supervisory.
why should we hire the permanent civil servants?
Sir, because the permanent civil servants are the administrative and supervisory perform
So
job.
can't they be in comfort zone? How do we assume that they are not going to be in the comfort zone?
So this have been seen that the civil servants are often taking the risk aversive role, as well as they are performing the red tapeism in the performance of the red tapeism. That reflects that they don't want to take risk, and they are delaying it because they have the job security. And for this, the introduction of the mid-term performance review must be there, so that if the person is incompetent, so they can be removed.
Okay. Which theory of motivation is your favorite theory?
So the Maslow need hierarchy theory is one of the motivating theory.
Okay. Why not Herzberg theory?
So the Herzberg theory is similar to the Maslow need hierarchy theory. However, it does not give recognition to the basic levels of need that a person do have, and it states that it will not going to motivate. For example, even the monetary incentives have been recognized in Herzberg theory that it will not going to be a motivate a person. It is a hygiene factor. In the absence, it can demotivate a person. So
So in the suppose you become the head of the department.
yes, sir.
So won't you follow the Herzberg theory? Are you saying the Herzberg theory uh, is not practical theory?
Sir, I will follow the mixture of the Maslow, Herzberg, and Elderfer theory because the combination of all three will yield a greater result. Because in Herzberg theory, for the higher officials, the motivating factors would be definitely different, and it will be more. But so for some people, there is the monetary incentive that can be there, and
But
using the end effort.
Herzberg theory is not denying the money.
Sir,
Herzberg
it
theory
is
is not denying the money. Herzberg theory is saying that money will not satisfy the people.
yes, sir. Money will not satisfy, but the Herzberg theory states that having more money will not satisfy, but absence will demotivate a person. But for some
Hmm.
persons, it is a factor that they want to earn more money also. They want promotions, they want monetary incentive also. They don't want only the liability or responsibilities to be increased without any kind of financial increment. So
So
that
we
is the
can say that
second.
for certain kind of employees, Herzberg may be better.
Yes, sir. So those employees who are focusing upon the self-esteem, social recognition, and
Hmm.
self-actualization, for them, Herzberg theory would be better. But for that
Okay,
also, we need frustration regression analysis.
right, right. What is the difference between Victor Rome's theory and Porter-Lawler model?
Okay, sir. So the victim room theory is basically based upon the linear level of the motivation factor, and the Porter and Lawler is a loop system where the motivation has been led, and it focuses upon both the output, reward, and the performance. However, there in the vector, it is quantifying the variance, expectancy, and the valence, expediency, and instrumentality that is there, but both are complex to be implemented at the ground level because of the measurement aspect.
Okay, basically the primary difference between the two is the Victor and Rome's theory plus equity theory is equal to Porter-Lawler model.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Uh, do you have some work experience?
Sir, I had home-based tutoring for 2 years.
Okay, okay. Anyways, can you compare the culture of the private sector with the culture of the government sector, the work culture?
Yes, sir. Sir, in the private sector, it differs according to the private corporation, but overall, the culture is based upon focusing upon the efficiency, having the innovative work culture environment with respect to the management and supervisory aspect also. There would be more of the technology-based environment and focus over the profit only. Majorly the profit only, and a minuscule focus will be on the other aspect of the externalities. However, if we focus on the government sector, the culture is basically towards the welfareism, that is towards delivering the justice and the welfare services to the people. It is not a profit oriented, it has a wider goal, wider impact. So sir, it create a certain kind of red tapeism also in the negative way, but overall it is towards focusing upon the externalities that it can going to create.
And how do you compare the structure of the private sector companies and the government sector?
Yes, sir. So the government sector structure is basically the hierarchical based model, and which follows a formal structure in true letter and spirit with respect to its performance and task devolution. However, in the emerging modern industries, the hierarchical pattern has become a flat structure more, which created interlinkages between the performance of the task as well as the direction. So it is more of the flat structure, and in the government, it is more of a tall structure.
Government, it is more of a tall structure. Is
Yes,
it
sir.
fine or should we change it?
Sir, I think so. It is fine when it is going to yield a good aspect. However, reducing the level of hierarchy would be better if it is based upon the management capabilities of the supervisory aspect, because it will further help in having more efficiency and reducing the gap between the top and the lower officials. So the
Okay,
faster communication would be facilitated.
fine. Uh, what are the primary differences between the AS and Ind AS? Especially, you can discuss the carve-ins, and carve-outs. Uh,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
So the accounting standard and NDAS have the major difference with regard to the international guidelines accommodation. Accounting standards were basically the principle that needs to be followed by the corporates for maintaining their accounting books and records. However, the NDAS is more towards the international standards, that is IFRA, International Financial Reporting uh, standards, and this have been reflected through more focus upon the net realizable value (NRV) and through having the market rate evaluation of every transactions. However, that was not in the accounting standard case. In with respect to the carve-outs that we are focusing upon the Ind AS, it is to accommodate the India's laws, further the corporate laws, income tax laws, and various other laws that is being applicable on Indian industries. So that is taken into consideration, but it is more of the allegiance toward the international standard.
Recently, the prices of silver and gold are fluctuating.
Yes, sir.
So, do you think there is some role of uh, derivatives in the fluctuation?
No, sir. May I take 1 minute?
Mhm.
Sir, per se, the role of derivative in the context would be that the US dollar has a major backing towards the gold and silver, the precious and semi-precious metals. With declining the values of the US dollar, the people trust toward the gold is increasing. That could be a derivative aspect that is impacting the price valuations.
Okay. What are the corporate governance norms in the Companies Act?
Yes, sir. So the corporate governance norms in the Companies Act have been more strengthened after the 2013 amendment. For example, the independent director provision, which to facilitate the keeping of the interest of the minority stakeholders and taking a care of the transparency mechanism in the in the firm. Secondly, sir, the women director enrollment, if it is a large company, that has been one of the good norm to enhance the diversity and inclusion among the board. Thirdly, the enhancement of the audit mechanism that have been seen in the corporate governance norms also. And fourthly, if I say there would be the corporate social responsibility norms under Section 135, which states that 2% of the three preceding net profits need to be invested in certain kind of social responsibility aspect. And fifthly, if I say there have been instances with respect to various guidelines and rules for buyback, for even bonus share issue, right issues, ESOPs, so that the regulatory aspect can be maintained and supervisory aspect can be maintained over the corporate sector.
Okay. Uh, what are the benefits of transiting towards accrual-based accounting by the Government of India?
Okay, sir. Sir, the transition towards accrual-based accounting will facilitate government to track down upon the outstanding liabilities as well as the hmm, outstanding incomes that they need to pay, uh, salaries and in terms salaries and other expenses that they need to pay. And however, it will also facilitate government to track down their efficiency in overall valuation basis, how much the losses they are making. In terms of that, they can realize it because it will help.
What will be the practical utility? Like how the government is going to harness it?
Sir, that if the government is able to track down the losses that the are making. because in the cash-based accounting, the tracking down of the overall outstanding or advance payments that they have made, but they have not utilized their services. So that will facilitate the enhancement of efficiency in terms of utilization of funds.
Okay. And can you compare the transformational leadership with the charismatic leadership?
Yes, sir. So the charismatic leadership is focused upon the person's charisma, which we say the person's nature that have been reflected, which influence the people because it is inherent capabilities, and it is not based upon the knowledge or the legitimacy that a person is gaining, but the nature that a person, the personality that a person possesses. However, the transformative leadership is basically which who transforms, who evolves the working pattern, who evolves the people to perform a task. That is the major focus.
But can you give some examples of both?
Yes, sir. So, for example, Gandhiji, Mahatma Gandhiji was a charismatic leader uh, who has a very good personality and charisma, which helped him to gain acceptability. However, his transformational role was in mobilizing the people that towards the national freedom struggle. It had been reflected a transformation leadership characteristic.
Recently, some GST amendments came in the
Yes,
month of September 2025. Still, there are certain items which are kept out of the GST.
yes, sir.
So, why we are not able to include those items into the GST?
Yes, sir. So basically, the items which have been kept out is the petroleum products and the alcohol for the human consumption. It have been stated that the state revenue from these products have been very substantial in terms of the amount. So the states are reluctant to share the revenue by having its convergence into the GST. And towards fulfilling the goal of one market, one nation, the government is sustaining the exemption so that in other products, at least, there can be a good facilitation with respect to the convergence of the taxation system. And eventually, if the transitions in the growth and development of the nation will persist, it will get subsumed with the state consent.
Okay. With regards to the financial market, uh, certain terms were in news, like pump and dump, front running. So, can you please explain these terms?
So, what is the first step?
Pump and dump, PUMP,
Pump
pump
and dump
and dump. Yes, pump and dump.
and front running.
Hmm.
So, so the pump and dump is with respect to the buy and selling in the market, buying from the market where it costs less and selling it on the market where it is uh, having the more prices. And it can be with respect to the time difference also. That can be
That
facilitated.
is arbitrage. Are you talking about the arbitrage?
Sir, I have read it. It was stating this only for the pump and dump.
Okay, fine. Hmm. Front running.
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall the front running.
Have you heard about Jane Street case?
Which, sir?
Jane Street.
No, sir.
Jane. Okay. It was about the future and option.
Okay, sir.
Do you track stock markets?
No, sir.
In the financial management, which topic is your favorite topic?
Sir, my favorite topic is related to the capital budgeting.
Okay. So in the capital budgeting, when we apply the risk-adjusted techniques,
Yes, sir.
so we have the techniques like RADR, certainty equivalent. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
in the certainty equivalent, which kind of discount rate we use? Do we use a risk-free discount rate or any other discount rate?
Sir, for the risk-free discount rate plus may premium to have a risk-adjusted discount rate, and thereafter we evaluate the certainty of the transaction that it will going to have or not, and based upon the probability we go for evaluation of the net prospects that it going to generate.
Okay. I think my question is, in the certainty equivalent approach, when we
Yes,
discount the cash flows, do we use risk-free rate or we use risk-adjusted rate?
sir, the risk-adjusted rate.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
So we are already using risk-adjusted rate in the RADR. So don't you think we are duplicating if we are using the risk-adjusted rate? We are already adjusting the cash flows for the risk
Yes,
through certainty equivalent factor.
yes, sir.
So
No,
basically,
sir,
we
it
use
is not.
a risk-free rate only. This is the
Okay,
correct
sir.
thing. All the best.
Okay, sir.
God bless you.